It's to the X to the A to the L to the D to the I to the N. What's going on, everybody on YouTube? It's Zeldin here, the Magician Master 100, known as the Master of all Spellcasters. And speaking of Spellcasters, I'm reviewing a new archetype that is Spellcaster-based. Now, some of you are probably thinking, why didn't I review these cards individually? Well, for those who happen to be new to this channel, or all that, that's because before I review any archetype of any sort, I wait till the full set comes in the Pacific Pack. And today we're going to be reviewing the Entermages. Yes, I know right here they're called Performage. God, that's... Really, Konami? Just really? You had a really awesome name. Entermage. And then now you replace it with Performage? Really? Look, I know you changed the entertainment monsters that Yuya has, the main character of the current Yu-Gi-Oh! Series we have. But really? You couldn't not have left it with Entermage. Just Entermage. It would have separated the archetype, and it had a really awesome name. It was almost close to saying entertainment, and it was a really creative name right here. Entermage. Instead of entertainment, we have Entermage. You know, a type of wizard, a type of spellcaster. But no, we gotta have this. Performage. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. See, that's one of the problems. I freaking Performage or Performage. Without any further ado, let's start with the review. So, this is the first one. Performage, or am I going to call him... You know what? I'm going to call him Entermage. Entermage Damajuggler. It is a light attribute, spellcaster, effect, level 4, 1500 attack, 1000 defense. And so all the effects of the cards are going to be in the link in the description down below. So if you don't want to hear me reading about this card, then look at the effects in the description down below. Anyway, during either player's turn, when a card or effect that would inflict damage to you is activated, you can discard this card and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. During either player's battle phase, you can discard this card, reduce the next battle damage you would take this turn to 0. You can banish this card from your graveyard to add one Entermage monster from your deck to your hand, except Entermage Damajuggler. You can only use the effect of Damajuggler once per turn. This card's not so bad, actually. And so far, these Entermages have the ability of going against effect damage. So, could we possibly see an anti-Chainbird deck? We'll see. And now we're at Entermage. Again, I'm going to call it Entermage Flameater. See, Flameater. It's a fire attribute, spellcaster, effect, level 4, which so far they seem to be level 4 so far. 1200 attack, 1600 defense. During either player's turn, when a card or effect would be activated and inflict damage to you, except during the damage step, except during damage step, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon monsters from the rest of the turn except Entermage monsters. Also, special in this way from your hand. If you do, you take no damage from that card or effect. If summoned this way, banish this card when this card leaves the field. If this card is normal summon or special summon, both players take 500 points of damage. So there's a little bit of an up, but a little bit of a down. Just only a minor downside about taking 500 points of damage. But hell, your opponent will take 500 points of damage. But it's actually good when your opponent's going to activate an effect that will burn you, and then you'll have a monster on the field. Next we have Entermage Clown. Light attribute, spellcaster, effect, level 4, 1600 attack, and 1200 defense. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Entermage monster in your graveyard, special summon it. But it's changed attack and defense to 0. Then you take 1000 points of damage. You can only use this effect of Entermage Clone once per turn. Well, I'm almost saying, Performage, but I'm going to call him Entermage. Anyway, I kind of like this card, but like I said, the only downside is you take 1,000 points of damage. Unless you're going to probably, like, combo off with this guy right here. But, yeah, if that's possible. Unless they'll come up with a ruling that you're saying you can't do that. But, yeah. Now we're at the others. Entermage Damajuggler. It's an Earth attribute, spellcaster, effect, level 4, 1100 attack, 1100 defense. If there are 2 or more monsters on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. During either player's turn, when a card or effect that would inflict damage to you is activated, except during the damage step, you can place 1 Entermage counter on this card, max 3. Then reduce that damage to 0 after the 3rd counter is placed on this card. If this card's attack and defense become 33. So, yeah, basically you reduce the damage and you'll gain a counter on it, and of course its attack becomes 33. So that's not so bad, actually. Now we're at another one. Stilt Shooter. Earth attribute spellcaster. This time it's a level 6, not a level 4. Shocking. Well, maybe not that shocking. If there are no monsters on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. But you cannot normal summon monsters from the rest of this turn. During either player's turn, when a card or effect that would inflict damage to your opponent is activated while there is a Entermage monster on other than this card in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can banish this card from your graveyard and inflict 2,000 points of damage to your opponent. You can only use this effect of Stilt Shooter once per turn. Damn. Affecting 2,000 points of your damage to your opponent. And now I saved the best for last. I actually really like this card right here. I like the artwork on this card, and I really like its name. Trapeze Magician. It's a light attribute, spellcaster, XZ's effect, rank 4, 2500 attack, 2000 defense. Its requirements will be on the link in the description, and same with the effect. Anyway, it requires 2 level 4 spellcaster type monsters. You take no damage less than or equal to this card's attack, which that's freaking awesome. Once per turn, during either player's main phase 1, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, target 1 other face-up attack position monster on the field. It can attack a second attack during each of the battle phase, but it's destroyed during the end of the battle phase. Sad face. If this card lasts until the end of this turn, if this card was destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or if it's in your possession, is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon 1 Entermage monster from your deck. So I really like this card. Basically, if your opponent is gonna try to, again, like Chain Burn, if they're gonna try to, do a lot of burning on you, then they're not going to, as long as this guy is on the field, and of course, well, face up on the field, unless they play like something like Book of Moon, and can affect damage that's 2,500. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. Again, if you somehow figure out a way to get rid of him, of course. So that is my review. I hope you all enjoyed. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and sorry for not making videos in a little while. I've been just waiting for this pack to come out in Japan so I can finally review this, because I wanted to review this for quite a little while, but I wanted to wait for the full Archetype to come. So, yeah, there could be more coming. We'll have to wait and see. So, I hope you all enjoyed. Again, comment, rate, subscribe, and catch you in the next video.